Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 36. You're listening to Friday Fundamentals with your host, Jacob Ayers. I appreciate each of you that take the time to listen to this podcast. You as the audience are my number one priority with this show. I want to provide as much value to you as I possibly can, and I respect the time you take out of your day to listen to this podcast. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Houstonians who were impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Many people lost homes, cars, and pets, but what I realized is no one lost hope. Houston is a strong community, and they'll have no problem picking up and rebuilding. There's a certain sense of pride and community there, and that's why I call Houston home. Fortunately, I was not in Houston during the storm. I was at a conference in California where I was networking with other entrepreneurs. I'm telling you this for a reason. You see, throughout the show, we've talked a lot about lifestyle engineering and building passive income so you can live a life you want. By building passive income, you can call anywhere in this world your home. So rather than being tied to one location, following one job, you can be location independent. That builds on today's Friday fundamental, which is lifestyle engineering. Let's start by defining lifestyle engineering. Lifestyle engineering is a term that's been coined by people in different contexts. Lifestyle engineering is the act of intentionally designing and building a life you want to live. That could be working for an employer and retiring by the age of 30 so that you can travel the world in a sailboat. Or lifestyle engineering could be building enough passive income through real estate and agricultural income-producing land which exceeds your living expenses, therefore allowing you to retire. Essentially, lifestyle engineering is the approach to your freedom. Freedom is an empowering emotion. Think about how it feels when you don't have to do something, but do it only if you want to. Most people call this a hobby, and if it's not a hobby, they do it out of love. Let's look at an example of this, one that most people can relate to. Everyone has to work to some extent. Most people go to work, meaning they drive to an office and work an 8-hour day, 5 days a week for a company. Most people don't feel inspired or fulfilled by doing this because they have to do it. They have to keep that job in order to pay for their lifestyle, their housing, vehicles, food, insurance, etc. If they didn't have that job, they couldn't afford those things they have. The fact that this person has to continue to work makes them resentful towards it. Now imagine if you didn't have to work, but chose to do so. How would you feel if you were working only because you enjoyed it? You enjoyed the people, the company, the service or product you're providing. You wouldn't be stressed about raises, company politics, vacation, etc. Why? Because you're choosing to be there because you like it. Now how does the latter of these scenarios sound to you? I know you're thinking something along the lines of, sure Jacob, it would be nice to not have to work, but I'm just not there yet. That's completely normal. In fact, that's the whole premise of this podcast is to help you get to that point and beyond. People in this life aren't given enough credit. Most people are great people. In fact, I don't think I've ever met a person who isn't a good person in their own way. Think of how many talented people you know who aren't pursuing their true passion or their calling in this life. We all know that one person who is insanely talented at something other than what they're doing. Think what the world would be like if it were full of these people pursuing their passions. We would have ultra-successful companies creating products and services for people who are just as passionate as them. We would have people who are innovating, creating, teaching, and learning what it is they want to. If everyone had the freedom to do this, the world would be a different place. And it all starts with you. You can be that difference. You first have to be able to chase that passion. That's the mission of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, to help people achieve financial freedom so they can build a life they want to live. You can do whatever it is in this world you want at any age, at any time. All you have to do is make it happen. Engineer your lifestyle so that you can do what it is in this life you want. That wraps up this week's Friday Fundamentals. I hope you're getting value from this show. For more information and resources, please visit www.jacobayers.com. As always, if you have any questions or comments or want to hear something or someone specific on the show, please let me know. Feel free to email me at info@jacobayers.com, contact me at www.jacobayers.com, or connect with me on Facebook at The Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom. Till next week, signing off, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.